Welcome to this video. My goal is simple. I'm just going to show you how I made over $2,500 for roughly 10 hours of work that I did in my social media marketing business. What you're really going to see in this video is the breakdown of how you can have a client pay you what may not seem to be a lot of money. In this case, less than $500 per month. But you personally as the business owner, if you leverage the right systems, build a very good team, and really just go about that process step by step the way I teach it here on YouTube, you should be able to get yourself to a position where when you do sign that client, where it might even be, again, less than 500 per month, you know that you'll probably make personally 2, 3, 4 grand from that deal. And that is profit, after you've paid your team, paid for softwares. If you have a business partner, I'm talking about the profit for you. And as you can imagine, that's a pretty powerful position to be in, because you can sign a client for 500 a month and know that you'll probably make 2, 3, 4, 5K from that client. So when you sign a client for 1,000 per month, you do the same maths and you know that you'll probably make 6, 7, 8, 9K from that client. And now this doesn't happen overnight. This is to show you what happens when you build, again, a business from scratch, the right way, building the right systems, hiring the right team members. And this is how it looks. So you'll see in this screenshot here, this is just a Stripe email payment notification, $450 US. So this was a payment we had from this client. Now this $450 a month deal, as I mentioned, turned into over 2.5K in clean profit for me. And my personal input was really about 10 hours of work. And I'm going to break down exactly what that looks like. Now that was approximately, if you do the maths, it's $250 per hour that I made from this deal. But keep in mind, this client, Brooke, also referred clients to us. So we made more money that way. But she also got a great result with us. And so we could then use her results. We marketed that result, which then also helped us sign more clients. So really, this made us a lot more money, but in clean, pure profit, hard cash in the bank, this is what I took. So here's the exact breakdown. So this client, Brooke, paid $450 and she stayed with her agency for 16 months. You do the maths, that's $7,200 in total that she paid. Now that's the revenue. My business typically operated in and around 70% profit margin. That's after we paid our team. And, when I say pay team, what I mean here is that's graphic designers, video editors, copywriters, it would be VAs, client managers, basically people that did every piece of the business apart from what I'm going to show you being my input, because I did work 10 hours for this client. So I'm going to explain that for you in here. So we're left with about roughly over 5K, $5,040 US after the 70% profit margin. 30% went to the team and other costs. And for me, I had a business partner, so I had to split this money. So 50-50. So 50% profit split from that amount leaves us with $2,520. So that would have been my take home from this deal. Now, let's go into the 10 hours that I spent, because you're probably hearing, Adam, you spent 10 hours, but then the client stayed for 16 months. How the hell does that make sense? I don't mean I spent 10 hours per month. I mean 10 hours in total. So this is what it looked like. I took a sales call with this client. Okay, so me personally, just me on the call, I had the call. It was roughly 30 minutes. So that's the first bit of work I had to do. From there, once she paid and signed up with us, our entire process is automated. Plus we had a VA do some of the onboarding as well. So that entire thing, I didn't have to touch. From there, I would have done a 10-minute check-in on her stats, her progress, how many followers she's gaining on social media, how her content is performing every Monday, because we did a group call for our team every Monday. And yeah, if you total that out for 16 months, all of that adds up between the 10-minute check-in each Monday of the stats, how it's working, what to change for the future, and that 30-minute sales call up front really left a total of 10 hours of work. Now, that 10-minute check-in, so you understand, that would have been during a call that may have lasted an hour or 2 hours, going through each of our clients. Some clients we would just skim through, everything was good, we didn't need to pay attention. Others we needed more time. But this would average out at roughly 10 minutes per client. A client manager on my team would have prepared a report and a breakdown of what we've done and what they suggested. And, my position there was more just to kind of see how everything looked, make sure it made sense, and to see if there's any input I wanted to give there. So if you're watching this video and you have a social media marketing business already, and you're signing clients, you're making money, but you definitely don't get paid $250 an hour, sometimes a lot more, you're kind of chained to your clients, and if you sign one, you do pretty much everything for them, and they don't stay for 16 months, then yeah, you've got some work to do. And I'm not going to tell you that I'm going to magically solve all of those for you, but obviously I built my agency in the same way. I, for a very long time, struggled and didn't have systems and didn't have a team, and I was a glorified freelancer doing all the work. Well, not all the work, but a lot of the work. And then I got to a point where slowly but surely I built the right systems and hired the right people. So obviously I have a lot of context on how to do that, and I can pass that on to you. I've coached quite a lot of people. If you want any information on that, you can message me on Instagram. You can look at the description of the video. There'll be some details there. Now, if you're watching this and you're completely new, brand new, don't worry about this, right? Don't worry about building a completely systematized agency where you've got 70% profit margins, you've got a great team and all of that. Just focus on getting your first few clients, okay? I still think I can help you do that. I've helped at this stage over 100 complete beginners get past 5K per month, which for a lot of people is a pretty life-changing amount of money. You might have goals bigger than that, but we've had people get to 30, 40K, and some even up towards 80K per month as well. And what I want to say before we end this video is that, look, now is the time to do this. You're watching this video, and if you're still here, it means that we've got your attention. And you may go on to another video right after this. You may go and do something completely different after this, right? You might forget about this video completely, but really, there's never going to be a perfect time for you. There's never going to be a time where all the stars align and it is just perfect. You've all the time in the world, you're super motivated, and you can actually do this. That's never going to happen. So you're going to have to one day, today, tomorrow, whenever that is, decide that you are actually going to do this. I speak from experience because it took me a year to make that decision. I spent a year watching YouTube video after YouTube video before I did absolutely anything worth noting, anything that actually merited starting my business. And I just procrastinated for an entire year. So if you do anything, just sit down and ask yourself, are you actually willing to do it? Just turn off your phone, your laptop, whatever, and sit with that question, because the time will never be right. And I want you to do it. Worked for me. I know it can work for you, but you have to make it work.